Hello there, my name is Beth Gath and I'm the Media Literacy Coordinator here at the Peabody Public Library. And first off, I want to let you know, just like all the other stream classes, that this class is geared to go at your pace, which means that you can stop this, minimize this, come back to this at any point. You are under no obligation to sit through the entire setting and complete this class all in one session. It's done at your own pace. Also, if you are watching this, then you may be familiar with our Computer Class Pass Incentive Program. If you are not a part of the Computer Class Pass Incentive Program, please get in contact with me so I can get you started. But for those of you that have been doing it already, you know that you need to be listening for your secret code that's going to be in this class, and you can either call me, email me, stop by, or however, just to let me know that you have taken the class and give me that code so I can get you marked down. This class we're going to be exploring some different websites and how we can create some websites for ourselves through these sites. So without further ado, I want to welcome you to Web Design for Beginners. So just like any other class that you may have been a part of, or if you've watched any of my other stream classes, then you know that there's usually some vocabulary that's going to be affiliated with the class itself. So here I've got a list of some of the words that you may be hearing while we're talking about the class and actually doing some of these websites today. So we're just going to kind of go over these briefly. Alternative text is descriptive text that can be set to appear in the place of an image. You've got biz, which is the top level domain reserved for the business community. You've got com, which is an unrestricted top level domain typically used by your commercial community. A domain name, this is the part of an internet URL selected and registered by an individual, business, organization to present their web presence. EDU, we know that this is that higher education. It's going to be your educational community. Forms is an area of web page that allows the viewer to enter data or information to be sent back to the web server. Gov is the top level domain reserved for the government. So anything that we see that says .gov, we know that that's government affiliated. Home page or index page, this is the top level or entry page of a website. A hotspot, that's an invisible region on an image that contains a hyperlink. A hover or rollover buttons is a navigation button that changes when the mouse is positioned over it. Your HTML is your hypertext markup language, and this is predominant language used to create web pages. And of course, a hyperlink would be a connection from one page to another or from one site to another. You have an image map, which is a region on a map that contains one or more hotspots. Your JavaScript is the language used to add special effects to a website. MIL is the top level domain reserved for the United States Department of Defense. And MOB is dedicated to delivering to the internet through mobile phone. Your navigational map is the organizational structure of a website. Net is an unrestricted top level domain. Your org is going to be for your nonprofit organizations or non-commercial character. A page banner is a section of a web page containing a graphic element and text such as the page title that is displayed at the top of the page. A plugin is one of a set of software modules that integrate into web browsers to offer a range of interactive and multimedia capabilities. Publishing is sending or uploading web pages to a server where they are made available on the World Wide Web. A sitemap is a list of pages in a website, also referred to as a site index. Template is a set of pre-designed formats for text and graphics on which new pages and webs can be based. Thumbnails are just miniature representations of a picture. Web hosting is providing space on internet servers for the storage of the World Wide Web sites that can be accessed by others through the network or web hosting specialists. And web safe colors, there's 216 colors that appear consistently across web browsers and across computer platforms. So during this class, we may actually be hearing some of these terms. If at any time you can't remember what they were meaning, or if I don't explain it thoroughly enough while we're in there, then you can always come back to the slide and you can refer to the vocabulary that we have here. So go ahead right now and just pause this class and just kind of briefly reread all these and get yourself familiar with some of these terms. One important thing that you need to keep in mind that when you're getting ready to create a website is being able to find a site that you can use. And just by going into your Google search or your Yahoo search, whatever you prefer to use, and typing in free websites, you're going to get tons and tons and tons of hits on that. And some of them are free, and some of them are free to start, and then some of them are not so free. So these are just some of the more common ones that people are using nowadays. I just put it in my search engine and I got a list of them. And we're going to be actually looking at 3 of these during class today. We're going to be doing Google Sites, Moonfruit, and Webs.com. The rest of them, Wix.com is another great, easy website builder. So we may actually go through over Wix.com, but if there's not time, we're definitely going to do Google Sites, Moonfruit, and Webs.com. Some of these cost. Yola.com does cost you to use them, but you could go into each one of these and just kind of find out what it is they're offering you, what you're going to get if you decide you want to go premium or pro and pay for it. And you can easily do that by just going into your search engine and typing in these items, and it'll take you straight there. That way that you have access to know more about them. So for instance, the biz.nf, this allows you to have that WordPress. You have a free domain. There's no ads. The free hosting has the blog site builder, no ads, and you have a free domain there as well. The Wix.com is an easy website builder. It has a Flash, a mobile blogs. A wordspace.com or .net, it allows email sending, no ads, free subdomain, PHP, MySQL. And then, of course, the biz.ly is a website and blog builder, photo album, and it's a free domain. Your buyathost.com, that's going to be with your Wikipedia and things like that. It'll be connected to that with free subdomain. Your hosted.net, again, this is a one-click script, no ads, free subdomain. Your x10hosting.com has support, a cPanel, no ads, free subdomain. Your yola.com is a visual website builder. You can add videos, photos, shopping cart, but again, there is a cost to use that. Webs.com is an easy site builder. It's a blog, forums, polls, and things along those lines. And like I said when I started, we're going to be looking at 3 of those today. But go ahead and just familiarize yourself with it, or go to your search engine and type in free websites and see what kind of hits you get. If you're a part of the Computer Class Pass Incentive Program, your secret code is I'm on the web. Get me that secret code so I can get you marked down for taking the class today. If you're wanting to start a business for yourself or anything along those lines, or you just want to get yourself out there, there are 4 reasons why you need to build yourself a website. The number one on here is not really the number one reason, it's just number one. A website isn't static. A website isn't static, it's dynamic, it's ever-changing. The moment you accomplish something, you can add it to your website. You don't need to print new copies of it and send it out to your contacts over and over. You just update it and people can continually come back and see what you're up to. So that's your first reason why you should build yourself a website. Number 2 is makes you more findable. Having a website makes you more findable. If all you have is a resume, you have to go out and hand it out to people to get your name out. If someone wanted to look you up on the internet and you didn't have a website, all they might see or get is a Facebook or Twitter profile. However, if you have a website, you can be found by a much wider audience and control what it is they see first. This is the key for establishing your personal brand and for highlighting your accomplishments. A lot of people have been offered jobs, met clients from different kinds of websites, and gotten interviews simply because that person has a website. If you don't take time to create one, then I am confident that you probably won't be found. So number 3 is not many people have one. Make sure you can be found. That's the whole thing. Not many people have one. Succeeding today requires that you make yourself stand out, and having a website can help you do that. It shows that you've taken the time to learn how to do something fairly technical, and it shows that you've had some skills other people don't have. So that's just kind of showing them, wow, they've taken the initiative to really get themselves out there. And of course, number 4, you're going to gain a new skill. You gain some new skills that can be very useful in the future. Learning how to build a website involves a number of different skills, especially if you get into customizing and optimizing things. Even if you're not looking for a job in the tech field, having these skills can give you a leg up. Say you're applying for a job in advertising. If you can tell the interviewer that you're not only a great marketer, but you also have knowledge of the web, you can become a more attractive candidate or more useful. So, are you convinced yet? Well, I sure hope so, because what I'm going to be talking about today is going to be how you can build it. And the old saying, if you build it, they will come. And it's so true. If you build yourself a website, people are going to be out there and they're going to be seeing it, and you are going to get some responses for that. So this is some really good reasoning of why you should build yourself a website. All right, well, we're going to start with webs.com. It's one of the more common ones. And what I've done here is I've just gone to my search engine and I've typed in webs.com. And we can see that right here. And right here, because first off, when we get on the internet, the first thing that comes up are going to be just some ads. And it tells us that in the yellow. So we're going to go to Free Website Builder, make a free website hosting with webs.com. And we're going to click on that. And now I'm in here, and now I can start to begin getting started by entering your email. So I'm going to enter my email, and I realize it's popped up there, but I want to go ahead and just continue. And I'm going to create myself some kind of a password just to kind of get me going. And now I can choose what kind of a site I want to have. Is this going to be a business? Am I going to use this for personal use? What if I've got a group? Do I have a book group or some type of organization? Or maybe I want to have an online store. Let's say that I want to have an online store. And now I'm going to click Create a Free Website. So now I need to set up my account, and here's my basics. It says that I have already created a web account. Let's get started. So now I want to enter a title for my site. And let's say that I am a homemaker. And I'll just call this homemade jewelry. And again, I want to keep it as an online store. Package all. This premium means that I would have to pay to get the ones with the stars. So we're just going to click on free. So all we have available to us are going to be the free templates. And then I can decide what kind of industry I have going on here. If I'm dealing with jewelry, then I'm probably going to want to be in possibly retail and sales, because I really don't see anything else on here that kind of goes within my category. And I could make the search domain jewelry. Alright. And I just want my free. Well, we can just take that out and it should take us back to retail and sales. So anything with the star means that I can't have those. So maybe I should just do all industries. Get myself back to the free. A lot of this is just a matter of playing around with it. So now I'm back to my free. I'm doing all industries. And I want to choose my website. And I'm just going to pick something somewhat simple. Right now I have this one marked, but I think I want to go with this one. And I can even change my colors. Maybe I want to go with pink. And now that's the one I've chosen. So now I can agree to their terms because I can't move on unless I do. And now I'm going to create my website. So now it's kind of loading and it's getting me in there. And for my free, then I would have to just kind of choose a domain with .webs.com. If I wanted to pay, then I would have a little bit more access and I could do a .com. But for this, we're just going to do the webs.com. And homemade jewelry is what I'm going with. 2015. There you go. See, as we go on, you can see here where it tells you this one's unavailable. It's probably somebody else has used it. So now I'm going to select my package. I'm going with my free version, and it tells me what I'm going to get. I get a custom domain name. This is a memorable professional custom domain name. I get up to 5 pages on my website. I don't get anything else. This is all I get with this package. But if I chose that I wanted to purchase something else, which this is a $11.99 a month and $8.99 a month, and then I could go pro. But for just doing this right now and getting ourselves familiar with it, we're just going to select the free package. You can always upgrade any other time that you want to. So just to get yourself started, it's not really required that you have to have it. Now, what's nice about webs.com that I found that I really like is that it gives you this great tutorial. And we are actually going to watch it. It's a 3-minute tutorial just to kind of tell us how all this goes.
Welcome to the Web's Website Builder. In the next few minutes, we'll show you how easy it is to make a professional website. Let's start by talking about the doc. The doc contains the essential building blocks for your website. To show you how to put it to use, let's start with a title. Just drag the block to the page and let it go. Then enter your text in the field that appears. While selected, all of your formatting options like font, text size, and alignment are at the top of the screen. Now let's add an image. Drag the block to the page. Double-click to choose the file. Pick an image from a variety of sources. We'll add one from our computer by clicking Upload Image. Now you can zoom, adjust the placement, scale, and crop your image. Arrange your content with columns. Now you can drag existing modules into the columns and add new ones as well. You can easily resize the columns to fit your needs. You can access even more, like social media modules, by clicking the links at the bottom of the screen. The header is at the top of your page. Click it to edit. Here you can toggle your logo, title, and tagline on and off. Simply click on any text to edit it. You'll find all your formatting options in the bar above. Use the blue tab to move the text. Remember, changes you make in your header apply to the whole site. To add, remove, and reorder your pages, click the Pages button at the top of the builder. You'll see all your current site pages here. To create a new one, just click on Add a new page and follow the prompts. You can also reorder your pages by dragging and dropping them where you want. To create a subpage, simply drag a page inward and under another page. Notice that your nav bar instantly updates to a drop-down menu, including your subpages. You selected a theme when you set up your site, but if you're curious about other designs, click on the theme link. See how each design looks until you found the right one. You can change your theme at any time, and your content will be automatically reformatted to the new theme. Before you know it, you'll have your site just the way you want it. But remember, if you ever need help, click the Help icon. Get live support and find all the answers you need in no time. When you're ready, click the Publish button to introduce your website to the World Wide Web.
All right, well that was kind of fun, and it gives you a little tutorial about how it works. So now we're going to try some of this that she was just talking about, and we're going to go up to our theme. Let's say that we don't like it, and you can see my little header there that says homemade jewelry. So I can actually select a new theme if I want to. So it's going to pull up these all those same. Now remember, the ones with the stars are ones that we have to pay for, so we don't really want to go there with it. Let's just find something that will work with what we're doing. And let's see, most of these are all premium, so I think I'm just going to keep mine the way it is. And now I can start to drag, and I can go back to my dashboard and get myself back to where I was. Oops, that's not quite what I meant to do. Let's go back to my website here. The builder, that's what we want. Sorry about that. So we're back in our builder, and now we can start doing some of this things she was talking about. So let's say that I want to add a title. So to add the title, I'm just going to click here, and then I can just, you can see that blue line, and then I'd be able to drop it wherever, and now I can add some kind of a title that, custom orders accepted. Okay. Maybe I want to do an image. Oops. Maybe I want to do an image right underneath there. So now I can double click. And here's what she was talking about. I can look at some free images, and that's done through Flickr. And I would probably have my own jewelry images, but if I didn't, I could come in here. And now I can choose this one, and I can drag it around, like kind of move it where I want. And that gets me kind of going with that. And here I can also double click for another type of image. So if I'm again looking for jewelry that I want to put on my website, I can click search, and maybe this is the one I want instead. So now I can make this, and this is what she was talking about, bigger, smaller. This one probably wouldn't work as well, but I can drag that down, and now I've got a couple of different images going for myself. I can add some columns if I need to, and maybe some even more columns, and you can see that I can drop my module in there. Maybe I want some certain buttons that are acceptable to me. I can add a link. So let's say that I want to add a link to my web store. Then I can do that, and then they would push here, and they would have access to my web store. So with this builder, really, now I can get my contact information in here, because that's pretty important. We want them to be able to get a hold of us. So I'm double clicking on that. Oh, evidently that's an upgrade that you have to do in order to have it. But just to get yourself going on it is the whole concept of this. And webs.com is fairly simple. Here's my web store. I probably don't have anything in it, but if I did have something in it, then I would be able to get on there, and it's loading. And I would be able to go in there, and I would be able to look at the different kinds of things that are available to me. I can add a product. Let's say I want to add a product to my, and this is going to be my pearl necklace. And then I can give a description about it, how vibrant it is, or however I want to say. I can upload a photo, which it automatically wants to pull it from here, so I could come in here, and I don't really have anything in there. Yeah, so I can push that upload, and I can get to my pictures from here, and now I'm able to get in here, and maybe I want to put something like this on here. And I guess it really isn't necklaces, so we'll just say child rings. And again, you're going to do yours however you want. I'm just showing you. And here I can add a category. I can tell you the price of it, which is $5. Actually, they're $2.50 each. And I'm going to charge a percentage of tax, so I don't have to mess with that. And any other kind of, and I just hit submit. So once I hit submit, now in my store, I'm going to have a picture of something that I am selling. And there you go. Rings, $2.50. If I click on that, then it's going to take me to more information about that particular item. So we just got done doing webs.com. Nothing you've done up to this point is permanent, obviously. So you can go in there and you can change it as much as you want. And let's say we're all done. We've done everything we want to do. So I'm ready to publish. So I would just hit done. Before you add your site. Oh, just wants to make sure that I am a human being. So I need to match the ball. That's hilarious. Alright, so now we're in there. And boom. Alright, so let's close this out, and Here I can, yep, and there's my website. Congratulations, you have successfully published your website. So if I push on that, then it's going to actually show me how my website's going to look to other people once it's done loading here, and you get the concept. So webs.com, fantastic, very easy to use. It's going to get you out there. Here's my site. Got my contact information on here, so I'm able to get a hold of. I've got my web store. Maybe I've said some things about myself, and that would be listed here. I've got some contact where you can contact me, any kind of testimonials I may have, and so forth and so on. So, have fun using webs.com. It's a fantastic program. It's free to you unless you want to buy the upgrades, but to get you started, I recommend just using what they've provided for you. So, have fun with webs.com. Let's move on to the next one. The next one we're going to take a look at is going to be Google Sites, and these are all going to be pretty similar, but if you have a Gmail account, then you have access to Google Sites. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just click on Create, and once we get into Create, they've got some standard. We've got a blank template we can do, a classroom site we could do, a soccer team, but we could actually browse the gallery for some more templates. And here we've got some featured categories that we could do it in, and let's say that this is personal and family, and here's my selections that I have, and this one's kind of nice. So I could create this one, and I'm going to select that. And now I want to name my site. And again, let's say that I am doing homemade jewelry. Okay. And it's letting me know that it's automatically filling it in for me. And of course I have to prove that I am actually a person. And now I'm going to click Create. Location is not available. Alright, well let's try the 15 and see if that gets us anywhere. Just like we did before. It's probably that somebody has that one already taken, so we want to make sure that we can get it. And it's whirling, which means that it's starting to load. So here is my website that I've chosen. And from here I can actually go in and begin to edit it. I have edit page here, so it's loading that editor for me. So now I can come in here and I can, of course this is in another language, but I could come in here and say, you know, welcome to my site. Find your jewelry, or whatever I want to say. Alright, so now I can continue. Maybe I want to edit some of this. Maybe none of this is going to work for me. Maybe I want to add a new picture. So I could actually delete these. I'm just pushing on them and pressing delete. I can leave this page, go to my gallery. So here's my gallery that shows me, you know, of course it's in another language, so I'm not really sure. But it shows me my gallery, so I can start editing my template. So we're going to push on that. And now it looks like it's going to take us somewhere else where we're going to be able to edit this a little bit better. But Google Sites is a really great place because it's free. There's tons of templates. You don't have to pay for any of it. And you're going to be able to do the exact same thing. Oh, it takes us to Wix.com. Well, we don't want to use Wix.com. We want to stick with our gallery here. So now I want to continue editing. I wasn't finished. So maybe in my gallery I want to say something else. Maybe I want to talk about my specials. And I can delete my pictures. Maybe I want to add a link. I actually do sell jewelry, so let's see if we can put it in there. Oops. Alright, and I'm going to hit OK. I want to add it to my home page. Alright, so if I push that now, if I hit my control button and I push on that, it's now going to take me to that website, or it should. Again, this isn't the plop and put like you were used to using with that webs.com. Oh, it's blocking it. My block up. My popper is blocking it. But here's your layout. So I could come in here and I could say that I want to have a sidebar that I can use. Maybe I want to insert a row below. I'm actually going to go back to my home button, and it takes me back to my first page. And maybe I want to insert some type of an image, so I can actually upload an image from a file that I might have. So I'm able to get in here and I can get that piece of jewelry that I had a minute ago, and now it's uploading my picture. So I can click OK. Here's my picture. It's part of my home page now, and now I have edit options for that if I wanted them. My format allows me to do any kind of headings, codes. If I want to align something, I can add a table in there. I can do something else with my layouts, and of course my help button is always convenient for me. So now I can save this. Let's say I'm all done with that part. Maybe I have an event calendar that I want to add in there. So here's my event calendar, and then people would have access to me being able to show them what I have available. And again, we can edit this. So if we click on edit and we click on that, then we're able to come in here and we can choose a different calendar. We can choose a different we could do it monthly. Maybe I want to do it as agenda. I can choose my time zone and things along those lines. So now if I hit save, at the top here, I chose agenda, so it changed it to an agenda view, but here's your month and your week, so it's all still there. And then you'd be able to enter in your information, and as people are looking at your website, then they're able to get through there. And then sitemap, that's this one here. It allows me to manage my pages, so I'm able to kind of make them a little bit more different and things along those lines. So this is all about Google Sites, and again, this isn't as easy as webs.com was, where we just plopped and put things and it had links for us. Google makes you work a little bit more for their product, but in the long run, seeing as how it's a free item to you anyway, it's really not going to hurt you to kind of explore around with it. You want to add a page, we can create a new page. So now you can do, I want to add a page that goes along with this page kind of thing. But let's say I don't want to do that. So now I have more options in my settings, which allows me to go in and do a little bit more. And let's say I'm done and now I want to share it with the public. This is my domain here. And that's how I would be able to find it. And let's say that I wanted to do it through Gmail. So that gives me access to Gmail, and I have other social ways that I can actually do it. But this was all about, let's see, homemade jewelry. Let's go back, and now we're back to the beginning. So this was all about Google Sites, and again, I highly recommend it. It's free to you. It doesn't cost you anything, especially if you have Gmail, and everybody loves free. So go ahead and get in there and just kind of play around with it. You're not messing anything up. It's all free to you anyways, so again, you're not hurting anything by doing this. So go ahead and have some fun with it. The next one that we're going to take a look at is Moonfruit, and this is a website building very similar to webs.com, where you can click your design. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You have your web and mobile social and everything attached. So we're going to click on the login, and here I don't have a login, so I'm going to go ahead and sign up. And here I can actually choose my sign up. So let's say that I want my sign up to be, my username to be homemade. Well, here, let's just do something else. Beth 2015. That's my username. And now I want to use my email, which is here. And now I can pick a password and I can get started. So by pressing on Get Started, it's going to take me in, and now I have an account created. And now I can kind of scroll through some of their designs, and it wants me to click a design to get started. So let's find one that's really neat that we can kind of work with today. That one will work. So we're going to build this one. It's very colorful. I like colors. So we're going to get in there and get this open for us. And again, this is through Moonfruit. And you can see that it's all laid out for us pretty easily. It also has a tour. So we're just going to kind of take the tour. So it's letting us know that if we want to add items to our pages, we can click on Insert. For the editing tool, it's going to be over here on the side, and we can do that. Adding files to customize, we're going to upload in that area. How to add pages, so if we want more than one affiliated. How we can change our template if we decide we don't like the one we're using. And of course, if you need more help. So that was our tour. Wasn't that spectacular? So now we're going to go in here and we're just going to kind of play around with it. With this here, yeah, I want to delete everything in there. I can actually come in and insert a body text, and that's what I had to begin with. So now maybe I want to come in here and start talking about my site. And I can say, welcome to my site. Maybe I want to make it bigger. See, this looks like it's movable. So I can go to my font, and maybe I want it to be a 25, and you can see that I've made it bigger, and maybe I want to center it. So maybe I want to italicize it and bold it. Okay, so this is going to be my home, and now let's say that I actually want to insert an image. This is really easy to follow, and I can go to my file, images. These are ones that they have actually already in here. So let's say that I like this one. Use this, yeah. And I can close it. Oop, I put one too many in there. Alright, well, we can move that around. Maybe I want to use that somewhere else. Or it looks like I can just hide it back there. So, but I can move this one around as well. Okay, so that was, maybe I want a menu of some sort. And this gives me options of how my menu would be set up. So let's say I want to use this. And I can close. Oh, I keep pushing it twice, and that's why it keeps putting it up. But then I'd have my menu where you would have clickable access to it. And let's go into edit, and we can click on this and we can delete it. Yes, I'm sure. Maybe I want to delete this as well. And all I did was go up to my edit, and now maybe I want to move this around just like so. Here's my page master. So this is going to take me back to my beginning. So here's my about, my calendar, my gallery, my news. Let's say that I don't like this, so I want to start over. Yes, I'm sure. So now it's going to take me back to the beginning. And here I can go through and I can find myself a new site and I can start over. Let's try building this one. And I'm going to call myself Homemade, like usual, Jewelry. I don't really have a website, but it's going to give me one. So paparazzi.moonfruit.com is what I've chosen here. So now it's going to open up my page. And again, I am back to, apparently this is a trial period. So eventually, let's see what it says about paying. 12 a month, 20 a month, 35 a month. So you can get it all set up for yourself for free, and then when you're ready, you could actually pay to have the professional version of it. But being able to get it set up is what was important for this. So, and that's what I wanted to show you. So let's say we want to edit this. Let's say I don't like what that says. I can actually insert myself yep. Oh, I wonder if I can move that. Yes, I can. So I can move my little text here. There we go. And these little handles mean that I should be able to pull it in. And then I can move it out, and I can actually move the whole box. So let's say that I want to center that, and I want to make it a 36 font. And there you go. So you kind of get the idea, and you can do a shop now, you can do offers. It's all about playing around with it and getting yourself familiar. Here we've got some widgets that we could use. Maybe I want to add Google Maps so you can find my location a little bit better. Let's go ahead and remove it. Or maybe I want an image gallery. So here I could click on my add button and it's going to take me to my images, and then I'm going to be able to go in here and pick, maybe I want it to be blue instead, or maybe I want two of them, or whatever, however. So here you can see it's just a matter of getting yourself familiar with it and how to use it. So this was all about Moonfruit, and I highly recommend you give it a try and get in there and take a look at it and see if it's going to benefit you in any kind of a way. And of course, if you need any further assistance with this, then you definitely want to give me a call. Alright, so this has been a really fun class. We've been able to explore some different sites that we can get going on for our web designing. And for a beginner's class, I think this has gone pretty well. Now, I just kind of want to do a little bit of a recap, just in case some of this stuff wasn't talked about or mentioned while we were doing the other classes. But these are some main topics that I want to talk to you about a little bit. And it all involves introduction and how to get yourself into that web designing and how to get yourself set up. So first off, you want to start with a general overview of web design, including the concept of the internet. In essence, the internet is just a group of computers that communicate with each other from all over the world. So when you design websites, you are creating a resource that can be accessed by other computers. So to learn more about the internet, at a website like CenterSpan or thinkquest.org, or you could actually just give me a call here at the library, and I can get you set up with a one-on-one appointment, and then we'd be able to do your web design paging together. So just having a general overview of web design and understanding the concepts of web design and things along those lines is a great idea to get yourself going to create yours. Also, you want to get an idea of how websites are put together. So a website is like a folder or files that are arranged and displayed on screen according to your commands. You can get a better understanding of this concept by checking out some of those websites that we were actually working with during this class. A lot of them have help options in them, so you would be able to go in and just kind of read a little bit more about the idea of the web design itself, or you could just go onto your search engine, which is Google, Yahoo, Ask, Bing, whatever you like using, and just type in getting an idea of websites. Another knowledgeable online location you could go to is called hooverwebdesign.com, and they will give you some insight on organization, getting your idea ready for that website that you're wanting to produce. The next one I want to talk to you about is learning the different languages. You want to learn different languages associated with web design. Most people use the HTML, which is the hypertext markup language, to design their sites. Others use more complex computer languages and scripts such as JavaScript, ASP, your Flash, and PHP to design web pages. So you need to decide which language you want to use to design your sites and learn about how to write code at a site like a good site would be w3schools.com or developertutorials.com. And actually, I think in the next slide, I'm gonna look at that hooverswebdesign.com and the w3schools.com or developertutorials.com, so we can kind of get a better idea of what they're talking about as far as choosing your language and how you want to do that. The next up is going to be study up on your colors, your pictures, your themes, your style sheets, and other tools that make website look professional. You can find information about these concepts at sites like websitetips.com. Under color, by using the color schemer at the Web Design for Developers site, and things along those lines. So if you actually just start getting in there and playing around with, one of the ones we worked on in class today, you're going to have a pretty good idea of colors, pictures, themes, and things along those lines. Make sure to do research on website navigation. This is a key concept that many new web designers overlook. When you design a website, you have to assure that it is easy for visitors to access when they need a clear, simple, and easily navigatable format. So you can learn more about that navigational at sites like yourhtmlsource.com and places like that. And if all else fails, check with your local library. Check your local library to see if there are any free or cheap web design classes being held. If you know a friend who does web design, watch him or her work and ask questions. The best way to become a great web designer is to jump right in. Get a web hosting account and start working on a site. As you learn, keep improving, changing, and updating the site until you get the concept down. So again, I am your library, so just give me a call here at the library and I can get you set up on an appointment and we can actually do some of this together. But I want to look over those languages and the other option that I was talking about earlier, which is going to be getting yourself set up on that hooverwebdesign.com. So we're going to look at a couple of those now. All right, so we are going to take a look at the hooverwebdesign.com. So as you can see, I'm here on my search engine. So I'm going to type in the Hoover Web Design, and I can see that it's popped up here. I'm going to push it, and it's my first site. So I'm going to get myself in there. And this is all about the Hoover Web Design. And it says that we can go to Knowledge Base, which is right here, and we're going to push on that. And it's just welcoming you to the Web Design's website article, and this contains information about website design and development. So a common question for new website owners is, how can I drive traffic to my website? So this gives you some pretty good ideas, how to get your blog command approved, remember renew your domains, things along that, and you also have the 10 best website builders out there, things along those lines. So this is all about the articles that can help you with getting yourself kind of set up there. And then if we just kind of click on some of these, here's a website design. This talks about your services with website design. And your business is open 24 hours, 7 days a week. You want to create an image of well-established company, easily gaining thousands of new customers, improve communication, and compete with your competitors. And it actually has some examples here. And down below here are some professional web design services that are offered through this company. They also have some web templates that, of course, this is all something you have to pay for, but it is kind of nice to see something different, and they have a lot of frequently asked questions and things to help you get going. Here's some site builders for you, being able to select a design, things along those lines. Now again, this is a paid subscription that you would have to get. But here is your small business service. This is a virtual administrative assistant services. So you'd be able to come in here and look at some of these items once you're a member. So if we go back to the home page, it tells us your web hosting starts at $7 a month, domain names, and your quick shopping cart. So this is Hoover Web Design, and it is slightly different than the other ones that we've been working with, because of the fact that they do require you to pay for their services. But if you're you're wanting to get a lot of information and you're new to this, then this would probably be a really good idea for you to get yourself started going. So again, this is Hoover Web Design. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at that languages that I was talking to you about. And I've already gone ahead and gone on my search engine and I've typed in the w3schools.com. That's this particular one, so we're just going to click on it here. And it's going to get us right in there. And here's that language I was talking about. You have different kinds of languages that you can use to create your web page. And this just kind of takes you around to it a little bit. This is an HTML tutorial, and it lets you just kind of know what it is, what it does, some examples, how you can apply it, and so forth and so on. Because we all know that web pages just don't produce. I mean, they came from somewhere and the language came from somewhere. So this kind of gets you more into the HTML look of it. If we go back in here, we can actually look at the JavaScript of it, and it has a lot more options for you that you can choose from. And again, it's examples, why to use it, the speed, the references, and anything along those lines. And it just kind of gets you going. It's just a tutorial type of thing to get you going with that. So, and there's plenty of them here. But again, this is all about the languages that are associated with web design, and how you can make it more complex with scripts, and that's what all of this is. So I highly encourage that you go to w3schools.com and educate yourself on understanding language and how it's applied. The last one that we're going to look at is the developer tutorials. And again, this is all part of that language that I was talking to you about. And I went ahead and got on google.com and I typed in my developertutorials.com, and I can see that it's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And this one allows you to have a better understanding about coding. And you can read more and go into each one of these about coding, and it even has a little drop down that you can choose which one. Of course, you've got your design, and you can choose what kind of design. So if we just click on design, we can see that there are tons of different kinds of tutorials to get you going. Management, and this tells you about management and WordPress. Marketing, your tips, tools, and any kind of questions that you may have. So the developer tutorials is pretty beneficial, and it looks like you're going to have a lot that you can do with it. So I definitely would encourage you to go in. Let's actually take a look at some of these. So if we are in the design and we want to go to Photoshop, we can pick Photoshop, and it tells us about the Flash 3D logo Photoshop tutorial, 6 sci-fi Photoshop tutorials to get your creativity flowing, creating colorful explosions, wallpapers, typography and themed wallpaper, easy starlight. This is all about Photoshop, and there's pages of them. So you can just kind of keep reading through this. But this is a great website and resource to go to just to kind of get yourself going on all of this, and have a better understanding about what's going to be expected of you when you actually do your web page. So this is developertutorials.com. I highly recommend it for you to get in there and just kind of take a look at the different options that are available to you. Ask questions, find out more. It doesn't look like there's any cost for this, so this would be a free resource to you just to kind of get yourself familiar. And again, just like on the Photoshop, you've got pages that have to do with coding and how all that works. So why don't you go ahead right now and look at some of those. Look at that. Look at the webs, or the w3schools.com. Look at the developertutorials.com, and look at that hooverwebdesign.com, which gets your idea going for you, and see which one's going to work out better for you. All right, well, take a deep breath. You did it. You created yourself a website. Great job. Now you can start managing your business. And remember, if it wasn't for you, I would have no reason to have these classes, so I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this stream class or any of the stream classes. You want to make sure to be listening for your secret code within this class to get it to me. Either call me, email me, stop by, and I can get you marked down for taking the class, and you're on your way to prizes as part of the Computer Class Pass incentive program. And don't forget that one-on-one appointments are available to you, and they're absolutely free. There is no cost to you. You're not putting me out. This is what I do all the time. I enjoy it. I would love to meet with you. And if you enjoyed this class, you're probably going to like some of our other ones. So check out those other stream classes at www.ppl.lib.in.us, or you can just type in Peabody Public Library in your search engine, go to the Services tab, press on Classes, and you're in. There's 25 of them. Now there'll be 26 of them, and you'll be able to click on those, and those just take you straight to YouTube, and you can watch them. So you do have to have internet access to watch them, but it's so worth it. If you don't have internet at home, get with me. You can come here to the library and watch them if you'd like. Something new that we're going to be starting in June 2015 is our Mobile Technology Lab. So we're taking our show on the road. So be checking around in some of the more community involved locations to see if maybe there's something going to be coming up near you. So that way you wouldn't have to come to the library. We can actually come to you. So if you have any further comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to contact me here at the Peabody Public Library, and I would be more than happy to assist you. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this class today. I want to thank the following sites and businesses for their information. Without their information and their pictures, we would not have been able to have this class today. So thank you to the following sites for their information and images.